Okay, guys, we're off. We are. So this is your first time doing a remote with me.
Yes.
We should do. I always forget. I'm Dylan from Off Track. If anybody wants to follow my page, Off Track 4x4, where I do product reviews. And Richo,
Richo Mud Mods and Beers. We've got our own little channel going too.
Everyone always says to me, I keep forgetting to do the intro. So there's the intro. And this is Yarns, where you and I both now co-host and run a cool little podcast channel talking about everything to do with four-wheel drive and travel and that sort of stuff.
Love it. Absolutely. I look forward to these Mondays now. It's really good.
But the biggest difference this week, you wait till you get the video. I'm sitting literally, I reckon 2 meters away from tranquil blue, like it is actually turquoise blue water in a national park, and you're in what, your garage?
No, I'm actually in our shed today because I've been at work, so I've got the canopy behind me. The car's at home, the canopy's behind me, and I'm down in the shed just having a yarn. And not fair. I'm so jealous.
And then what it'll be, maybe 4 or 5 episodes where it'll be like this.
Now we need to talk about a few things. Because how's your week been?
Oh, bro. And anybody that follows me on Instagram, and if you don't follow me, you should follow, because I don't hold back, do I?
No, you don't, and neither you should.
Nah, I literally put my life on YouTube, what's happening. Ash hates it, but I don't know, it's how I sort of see Instagram as me sharing what's going on in my day-to-day, where YouTube, you just don't have the ability to do that.
No.
Unless if you literally blog, which would be a pain in the ass, carrying around a GoPro and blogging every day.
It would, yeah, definitely.
But yeah, all the accessories, no problem. My four-wheel drive accessory fitter, which is Opposite Lock, Wayne from Opposite Lock, smashed it and got me a day ahead the week before we went away. The seats being fitted to the car, they were meant to take 2 days. He smashed it out in a day. I had something else that I did that week. I can't remember what it is. But anyway, that was all beautiful. And I went, how good's this? We're going to get away early. All that's left to do is MW. Just had to put on the tray and canopy.
Yeah.
And yeah, it went downhill quickly, didn't it?
Well, I was quite keen to see what it looked like, because I was busting to see your setup, and I got onto your Instagram and had a look, and when you first picked it up, when you're on your way to Bunnings, and I'm like, that looks hot. Like, it does. It looks really good.
It really does. Their design, it's not their design. They've ripped it off from Mitt's Alloys down at Newcastle.
Right.
Everything is ripped off them. All the little plates that are on it, it is 100% a Mitt's tray and a Mitt's canopy design.
Right.
But for like 1/10 the price. So I think retail price for a 79 series with an 800 canopy and 1800 tray, you're around 10 grand, 10.5.
Right. This is with MW.
With MW versus Mitt's Alloy. I think it's like 30 grand just for the tray.
Big difference.
Yep. But I'm assuming what happened at MW wouldn't have happened at Mitt. So one of the toolboxes was apparently sent, it just became a debacle. So one apparently sent not the right toolbox for the 79 series.
Wow.
And then when we picked it up, they said, we'll just fit it when you get back. And I thought, no problem, left, because we got it at 8 o'clock at night. I just went to Bunnings because I had to do the false floor and fit it out. And then in the morning, we woke up and saw that the fuel filler was just hanging in midair. And anybody that knows rubber knows that rubber basically gets stress fractures in it.
Yep.
So doing the PDR, like, funny enough, I rang Toyota and said, what's the spare parts that I need to do the telegraph track and the PDR?
That's a good idea. Yeah.
And I think we've got 10 spare parts and 9 of them are hoses.
Really?
So I was like, straight away in the morning, I was saying, MW, I can't go on my trip with that just hanging there. It's going to break. And then the fuel tank will fill with fuel. And I said, then you guys will be up for a brand new engine replacement, towing, and I want compensation for the whole.
With water, yeah.
No, it'll even fill with dirt. And I'm assuming if you get dirt, because dirty petrol or dirty diesel, it breaks your engine, right?
Well, that's right too, yeah, 100%. Wow.
So it was just stressing.
Man, that's terrible.
So we ended up just driving the car back to them next day and just said, you guys have to fix it. And then what was really weird, they go, your toolbox has just come back from the powder coaters. And I was like, but you said the wrong one got sent. So anyway, we gave it to them, and then when they gave it back, they'd cut out the tie-down rail and shoved the fuel rail through on top of the toolbox.
Wow.
So it works, it functions, we're on our trip, and
Good.
as soon as I got here today, all the stress disappears, and you just go, man, I don't care what happened. This is why I do this. This is beautiful.
Yeah.
The country we live in, we are so lucky.
Mate, I can't wait to do the trip. Before we get to your trip, you texted me. We were setting up the podcast today, and we were talking about fuel economy. So you've found a big difference in the fuel economy with the alloy tray?
So I reckon my steel tray wouldn't be far off what yours weighs. So mine wasn't like a Toyota steel tray. It was a proper farmer's steel tray, which is what I reckon yours is.
It is, yeah, that's right, yeah.
And when I picked up just the canopy and tray, the car drove so bloody fast, just on stock mode. It felt lighter, nimble. And then, driving up here. So normally we did 22 litres per 100 Ks towing.
With the Caravan, yeah.
With the Caravan, we ended up doing 17 litres per 100 Ks. And the only change is we've fixed the ball weight issue.
Yeah.
And the train canopy is way lighter than the steel tray. So I reckon what makes your fuel suffer is probably the weight on the rear tyres, because our rear tyres got 5 PSI hotter than any of the other tyres. Yep, any of the other tyres on the van or on the front of the car, which shows there's probably, to push those rear wheels, there's probably more power having to go in if you've got a heavy tray on.
Yeah.
So I said to you, man, as soon as you get yours off, it's going to be a game changer.
Can't
Your
wait.
fuel economy will drop.
Can't wait. Just everything. It's just, you would have found, like, even cornering would be less, like, wobbly, I suppose.
So even the roof, like when we first put the rooftop tent on, we were like, oh, it's lost a bit of power. You could feel the loss in power. You could feel going around corners, got, a little bit more sort of boaty. But then, like, we've put a canopy on, which should add height up higher, but just the drop in the weight has made a corner way better.
Has it? Oh, that's good to know. I love that, 'cause that's what I'm looking for too. That's really good.
But yeah, my question is where you buy from. Like, it is a good canopy, but the customer service, I can't recommend it, and I can't confirm or deny. They tell me that it's made in Brisbane, but the Chinese guy that was working on the tray when I was blowing up about him cutting it, he said, come look at these ones. They've all just landed from China, and they're already powder coated, all stacked on top of each other, and it was our tray. And I was like, oh, so then I lost it and said, you guys kidding me? You're not advertising that you're Australian made and built, and you're actually building them in China, right? So then they went into defense mode, but I can't confirm or deny. I haven't done enough research into it, but I hope they're not lying.
Yeah, you'd hope so. I actually, I'm just standing in front of my canopy. The next person who builds the tray and canopy for me is going to be Ben from Explore Oz. I wouldn't actually go anywhere else. He's a magician, and when I get the money together to buy that, that's exactly what I'm going to be buying.
Do you know what that's going to cost?
I'm too scared to price it up just yet. It's not
because it'd be
interesting.
Cheap. It'd be interesting to know, because is he just himself that builds them?
Yeah, he hand builds everything out in Yatla.
So it'd be interesting to know if he sort of becomes a little bit more cost effective than who's the big brands? Boss.
Yeah, Boss or Mitz or Norweld or
Norweld. Yeah, because I think Norweld's like 50 grand or something.
Well, Ben's not in Yatla. What am I talking about? Yep. Anyway, he's out Ipswich way. I don't know what it'll be. He is like, with this sort of stuff, you get what you pay for. He did show me a video once. He built a single cab tray for a 79, the first one he's built, and you see him just before he put the checker plate on the bed, he stood in the middle of it with a strap over his shoulders, and he could lift the tray up himself.
Stop it!
Yeah, it's so light, and it's immaculate. They're so well built. So if anybody's in the market for tray or canopy, Ben from Explore Oz, that's where I'm going.
Yep. Good suggestion. I can't recommend MW, unfortunately, even though it was meant to be a partnership. I can't unfortunately, what happened. It'll be an interesting video. If anybody's seen my Dashi video, we'll see if it'll top that.
I can't wait for this one. Anyway, let's talk about your trip.
Let's get into it.
So where are you now? Where exactly are you?
So I'm currently sitting at Stony Creek day use area, and we're just sort of chilling here for the afternoon. Once we wrap this up, we might go and attempt Big Sandy in the cruiser. Right. Just because I want to see how it goes compared to the BT50. Anybody that's been following me for a long time knows that I did Big Sandy in the BT, and I had to drop down to 5 PSI to get up the bloody sandhill.
Right.
So I'd love to see, and it was just the power. The 5-cylinder engine just didn't have the power to push it.
Get up, yeah.
Oh, I don't know what it was. It was sort of sitting there. The car was like, it wasn't burying itself in the sand, but the tires were like free spinning in the sand.
It doesn't have the old
really weird
Toyota affliction of not turning the traction control off properly.
So yeah, I really want to test the 79 and see if it just walks up it.
Good on you. That'll be good. I'm looking forward to seeing that. So where do you go next? Where's your plan after today?
So tomorrow we've moved forward a day. We're going to Great Keppel because there's Wednesday. Wednesday the rain just basically hits.
Right.
So then we go Great Keppel snorkeling tomorrow.
I'm so jealous.
And for all the guys on here, I'll be doing reviews of these places, but not an actual traveling video. So if you want to see all the content, it's actually going to be on Instagram.
Cool.
So Instagram, we do daily updates of what we're sort of doing and show cool photos and videos. But yeah, YouTube will just be a review of a place with some overlays.
Yeah, nice.
And then from there, we head north, Seaforth, and then up towards Cairns. And we're doing between south of Cairns, it's Waterfall Alley. There's like 150 waterfalls to choose from that are the best in Australia. There is no better waterfalls in that section. So we're going to do 2 days through there, just in loving life.
Beautiful. So where do you reckon you'll be this time next week for our yarns?
Oh, this time next week, I'm thinking we should be somewhere towards the OTT.
Really?
Yep.
That'll be
It would be
exciting.
really handy. I keep meaning to look it up. I hope that Monday we're actually at the tip. That would be ideal. Imagine if I can do an episode from the sign at the tip with all the people getting their photos in the background.
How good would that be? Starlink, bring it on.
Yep. I think even if we're there early, we'll just do one. We'll just go stuff it. Let's film it early and we'll chuck it up on the Wednesday.
100%. I'm in for that. Love it.
Because I don't think I've seen a podcast done from the tip of Australia.
You gotta do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay, let's get into the actual episode. Well, mind you, this is what we love doing. So I did promise everybody I would have the last video up on podcast. It will be available. This one, check the description. I've already made an account on an RSS feed. Just all the shit hit the fan with MW and it basically ruined my week. So in the description, I'll basically have, it's all done and what platforms it's on. And then replying to comments. Now that we're on the road, I'll be back replying to the comments. So I do apologise that I haven't been able to do it. There's just been too much going on. Moving forward, I'll have plenty of time now to reply to the comments. So please jot down as many comments as you want and I will be responding to them.
Nice.
Have I missed anything there? No, that's it. Okay, money raised for charity. So this one was actually a little bit sad. So Coralie, I'll get Logan, hopefully you're watching, put up a photo of Coralie so everyone can see what poor little Coralie looks like. And people that didn't watch last week, she's basically on the Easter long weekend, her and her family went camping. Somebody buried a fire and she was playing in the sand and stood on it and needed, I think it was, 18 grand surgery or something.
Terrible.
So it's a GoFundMe that's up to try and raise the money so that they can get the surgery for her foot. So yeah, we did unfortunately only get, do you want to read out, what did we get?
Yeah, so we got A. Smith donated $20 via PayPal and we got $9.01 from the ad revenue. Yep. So total of $29.
So do you know how these guys can, if they don't have money to give, so they can give through PayPal, through the website, Charity of the Week, or they can do super likes on YouTube. That doesn't, 40-something% of that goes to YouTube, so I don't recommend it, but if that's what you want to do. Or how can they get the ad revenue higher? Do you know how?
They watch more yarns. Watch more
of the videos. So watch as much of the videos you can. Tell friends to watch it. put comments in,
just
like
put it
it.
on loop and just watch it even when you're not in the room. Just keep it going.
Yep. And then comments on other people's comments help as well.
Yes, they do.
And the biggest one is watching the ads. I know it is punishing, but it is the best thing you can do if you want to give money without actually having to give money. Watch as many of the ads as you can, and that cents per 1,000 views increases.
Definitely. And the longer you watch it too, because I think it's every 8 minutes there's an ad, if I'm right. So if you watch it right to the end, even if you're not in the room, let it play and the ads will come up. And yeah, it'll all help.
And then that's all money for Coralie.
Yeah, definitely. 100% of it.
Okay, so next we're jumping into the comments.
Here we go.
So this is your part. You get to read all these.
I'm all over it. So first up's Andy's Adventure 4-wheel drive camping. And Andy said, I've been a bit quiet of late with comments on your videos. Sometimes I've listened in the car and haven't gone back to comment. But re the hip camp topic, I wish there was less red tape for hosts. It's our choice if we got there or not. Maybe it could be rated a system so both hosts and guests get scored, kind of like Uber. Personally, I wish there was more around to give us more to choose from. I only ever look for off-grids options, more peaceful that way too. You've got a lot on your plate this week, that's for sure. Hopefully you get the canopy back in time, and I certainly don't envy you having to wire everything ready till the next day. I don't either. But hopefully we'll all get a giggle watching it progress. Enjoy the cape. Yeah, I agree. I can't wait to see your video on wiring it up.
Well, it still isn't done. I've actually got the feed is coiled underneath the car, all tied up, because you can't buy canopy pass-through mounts from any stores. You can only get them online. You can get ones for like screwing on like bench tops.
Caravans, yeah.
Yeah, but you can't get the ones to put actually bolts in it. So we ended up, I stuffed one up, trying to fill it full of silicone just to get it to hold on. And then we had to go buy another one, and I got some, you can get screw bolts, so they've got a Phillips head bit and then a nut on the other end, so I'm going to try that. That'll probably be Wednesday. I'll stuff around with that.
Good luck with that.
But yeah, currently have no power into the canopy yet.
Then we've got Aussie Walkabout 4x4. Now they've had 3 comments because they're doing the right thing and trying to comment more. So the first comment is...
I think Ash said these are all about how we put up a sort of topic for people to comment about.
Yeah, so we asked about their top 3 camping mods, I think. So Aussie Walkabout 4x4 has said, my first camping mod is a cheap butane stove that sits inside an alloy 4-sided windbreak, and the whole thing stores in a special spot, and I can pull the whole thing out and clip it on the side of my ute. That's a good idea. I like that. Their second comment was, my second camping mod is to mount a solar panel on the side doors of the canopy, so you can simply open the doors to get full sun on the panels in the middle of the day, but you can also close a door facing the sun in the morning and the afternoon to maximize the sun's angle on the panel. That's a good hack, I reckon.
Yep, it is, isn't it?
Yeah, you see a few of those getting around. And the other one that I've seen, which I've never done, is they put the second solar panel underneath the first panel on the roof on a slide, like a drawer, so when they get to camp, they can just pull it out. I don't mind that one either. And then they've gone on to say, my third camping mode is to carry a small red step so I can stand on it and see inside the angle, which is bolted down in the canopy. That's actually a cracker. I like that one too.
I can't remember what car he has, but it sounds like it'd be a 70 from that height.
It does. It's something that's pretty high with the fridge on it. All right, so then we go on to Tony Smith 9548. And Tony has said the best mods for me are awning, fridge, and a coffee maker. Can't argue with that.
Jeez, coffee maker.
Coffee maker's a bit flash, but I'll take it. And my favourite of the week was this one from Shadow682. And they said, oh, come on, you two. Backflips and cartwheels, please.
Yeah, so because you know how whenever I'm by myself, I do a pumped up entry. We'll have to start doing stuff when I'm back there.
I'm happy to plan that. Let's do it. I'm in.
I really want to do one. I tried to do it with Lloyd, but we couldn't nail it. I wanted to do one where you like run into each other and just like axe each other and fall over.
Maybe I'm a bit heavier than you. Just be careful.
You'll stay standing, and I'll just go absolutely bowling over.
I love it. So that's the end of the comments. So what you've put for the comment discussion for next week is Chinese cars. Would you buy one?
Yeah, so I thought, I'm not sure how much people sort of watch the car reviews on YouTube. I watch heaps of it.
I do,
Absolutely. And it's that dude, I forget his name, Auto Experts.
John Cadogan, I think's one.
Yeah,
Isn't
John
it?
Cadogan.
Yeah.
I watch him and I watch the other guy that they did a collab together.
Oh yeah, from oh yeah, I know the fella you mean. Is it? It's not Carwaro. It's yeah, I know who you mean. I can't think of his name. Is it Mike somebody?
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, that fella. And he's been really talking a lot about the Chinese cars are coming. There's a lot coming. And he said, you know, Chinese cars aren't what they used to be. They used to be really badly built and they'd fall apart and they'd have problems, where he's sort of saying they're not anymore. And honestly, I'm not sure if you've looked in any of the Chinese cars. Ash and I went and looked at an MG
Yeah.
and I think a Haval as well. Man, the inside of them is, it looks like you're getting like a $200,000 car inside.
One of the boys that I in the same company as us, he's just bought himself a Shark.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm actually haven't been inside it yet, but he just he lives on the sunny coast, and he just drove up to. He had to drive up to Rocky, I think, for work and back again, and yeah, he was raving about it. He's the fuel economy more than anything else, and all the bells and whistles. So I'll be keen to get inside that and have a look at it.
So what about you? Would you buy a Chinese car?
No.
No.
And look, no, and that's very open and closed answer. But I don't know. I'm a Toyota fanboy. I just love my Toyotas.
So so what we found, the soundproofing in, and coming from a Toyota, this is saying something. The soundproofing in the MG and Haval was really bad. So we said they look nice, they're comfortable, the suspension was done really well, the fit out was immaculate, but just the road noise. I said, no, I just can't. I know it wasn't much money. It was like 20 grand or something, 22 grand. But I just went, nah, for 22 grand, I still want it to block out some of the road noise.
Yeah. I think if you look back 20 years ago, you wouldn't have dreamt of buying a Chinese car. And you look at the likes of Kia. I know they're bringing out that new Tasman unit, and probably 10 years ago, Kia was just a car I wouldn't have even looked at. I was in a Kia a few weeks ago, just a normal car. I think it was an Uber, and it was fantastic. I saw the Kia Tasman at the Brizzy show. I did a video. We did a show video, so if you go back on our channel, you can see it. I walked around the Kia Tasman when it was there. I actually really liked it. I sat in it. It had the paddles on the steering wheel. It had all that jazz. I think Chinese manufacturers have come a long way in the last few years. Not just Chinese, like obviously the Kias, the Hyundais, all of those manufacturers have really stepped up, and I think all these new cars that are coming out now, they've all got something to offer. Time will tell to see if the longevity's there and the service and the replacement parts and whatever else. But look, on the face of it, at least there's a lot of competition coming out, which has got to help us all.
Yeah. So you guys have your say. Comment below. Let us know. Would you buy a Chinese car?
Absolutely. Keen to hear your thoughts.
Yep. Okay, so that rolls us into the hot topic, and we've got a couple to talk about.
We do.
We'll see how we go. So first one, has hip camp taken over national park camping?
Right. So look, I'm
thoughts?
probably a little bit in the dark about this. I'm not really. I do see what hip.
You do a lot more beach camping, don't you?
In the summer. In the winter, we tend to go bush.
Yep. So do you go bush hip camps or bush national parks?
I'm going to plug one of my mate's sites here. I actually use Campedia.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so Campedia is a good friend of mine, Greg. He started it up about, I'm going to say 10 years ago. Yeah, that's what we use when we go everywhere. And now it doesn't have the private campsites like Hip Camp does, but we tend to go to national parks and beaches. That's kind of where we hang out. They do a lot of caravan parks on there, which is their main business. But
yeah, I just thought it was interesting because, as I said, I want to get your feedback from you, what you sort of feel. I know me personally, I feel like the hip camps it's an easier booking system. So when we're looking for somewhere to stay now, I just go straight on hip camp and there's a map and I pick which one I want to stay at and away I go.
Yeah.
So I think for the convenience, I'm starting to now shift away from national parks. And what's interesting, where we are now, there's a campground here and there's one person camping here. That's it. Wow. Yet all in Yeppoon and all the hip camps are actually quite busy.
Are they? And I think I do agree that national parks, certainly in Queensland, the website is clunky. It's definitely clunky. Yeah, I agree with that.
So yeah, you guys have your say. Let us know. What do you think? The hip camp's more popular or the national parks? We'll see if we sort of get different stuff. Or we might get a lot of people saying, no, they do caravan parks.
Yeah,
which is what we've had to do a fair bit of this trip because we know that we're not very good on water and power. We like our luxuries.
Nothing wrong with that. So where are we at? Hot topic number 2, maximum speed towing a trailer. If combined,
no.
If the combined
I've deleted my whole run sheet. So looks like you're taking over the run sheet. I had it sitting on my lap and I've got P-O-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P-P and it's gotten rid of the whole run sheet. So whatever you do, don't refresh yours.
Right, so I won't. So I could put anything into the hot topic now and you wouldn't have a clue.
You can take over, whatever you want to put.
No, I'm kidding. What you've got, number 2, is maximum speed towing a trailer. If combined weight exceeds 4.5 tonne, does this need better education or should it be increased?
So the reason we put this in last night, we were driving just out of Maryborough and I reckon it was probably the vehicle that he drives. So it was two guys in a patrol somewhere between 25 and 30.
Right.
Overtook us in an overtaking lane and was like halfway out the window, the passenger, doing the wanker sign.
Oh.
And
really?
We were going at between 95 and 100. When there was a hill, it would drop down to 95. As now with the scan gauge, we're monitoring a lot of things and we're trying to really baby the engine and just keep it happy, keep it nice and longevity.
You got a long trip in front of you, absolutely.
Yep. And yeah, it was just interesting that, they did that. And it's sort of like, do you guys not know that the maximum speed for, as that said there, that's the legal in every state in Australia, is 100 kilometres an hour for a car towing something. And I can't remember who it is, but somebody said that, when they're in WA, they tow and do 130 kilometres an hour because that's the speed limit over there and that's towing. And I'm like, whoa, you definitely shouldn't be doing that.
Man, I've got to be really honest here. You've taught me some today. I didn't know that.
Yep. There you go. I don't think anybody does. So I think a lot of people get shitty at caravanners going, man, what are you going 95 in 110 zone? They're not allowed to go 110.
And isn't there stickers you can put on the back that tells them your maximum speed limit on the Caravan?
Thank you. Where have you seen that? Where have you seen that
I've seen
sticker?
That on trucks, I believe.
Correct. Yep. Yeah. So trucks, a lot of them put it on there so people know that they can't go over that speed. Well, a lot of the companies actually put it on so you can dob the drivers in if they're speeding.
Okay, that makes sense. Right. Yeah.
Yep.
But right, you've taught me a lot today. There you go. I don't do that much, so that's good.
Because you've got what, a camper?
I got a camper trailer which I'm standing beside right now.
But what's interesting, it's combined weight and your car alone puts you over. So you as well carrying your camper, although it's light, you also can only go 100.
Oh, the camper's not light. It's like 2 ton dry. So I'm at
For what?
Yeah, she's a
Jesus.
Oh, it's a big dog. It's very it's very heavy.
So yeah, I'd love these guys to comment below. How many of you guys knew that you're not allowed to go over 100 kilometres an hour towing?
Yeah, drop a comment. I'd like to know if I'm the only one that didn't know. I bet you I'm not.
I know a lot of random facts. People are going to start to get to know that.
That's good. I don't mind that at all. All right, hot topic number 3 and final was state of origin, New South Wales and Queensland for the highways. Which highways are better?
So I'm hoping Logan can do something. Logan, if you can, do like a state of origin sort of overlay. It'd be really cool to see that. Queensland versus New South Wales. So yeah, the highways, we got past Sunshine Coast and the highway turns to shit. Absolute.
What, just up past Gympie Way?
Yep.
Yeah.
And it is horrible, ruts, potholes, single lane trash when you're towing a caravan. And I got there thinking, from Tweed down to the furthest I've gone is Huskisson. It is beautiful motorway in New South Wales.
It is. Andy and I went down to Lithgow in February we were driving a few tracks in the Blue Mountains. And you're right, that whole stretch from the coast, from the border, right down, we went down through Newcastle and then in the back of Sydney up into the Blue Mountains. It was bloody brilliant. It was so good.
110 kilometres an hour. It's even the concrete slabs that it's like super level, doesn't seem to get potholes, lets the water run off.
Yeah, really good. I agree with you.
And I just sat there and went, yeah, it's a good topic to have on here. What do you guys think? Have you noticed? And then I'd love to know, because I haven't done any other states, what are the other states like? Are the other states, what's there, Victoria, Tasmania,
WA,
South Australia. NT's horrible. But NT you expect it. It's remote.
Yeah.
But what's scary, NT it's 130 kilometres an hour on rubbish roads.
One of our mates, he went up there last year in his Troopy Brando, and he loved the roads up there just because they're a bit rougher, and yeah, he was just punching through them, loving it.
Because funny enough, so I did 130 in a Troopy, full kitted out Troopy, and yeah, we're pushing 130, and you're like, man, this is dangerous. Because you hit a pothole, and you're like, man, one pothole and it could just flip the whole car.
Yeah, Troopy's a bit top heavy at the best of times.
But I think the reason they have the speed is everything is so far away that it's just to help you sort of get to places quicker.
Yeah. You were happy.
But yeah, I just thought it was an interesting topic to discuss and I don't understand why. Like, does Queensland focus their money on other things, on more tourist sort of stuff?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe is it because there's 1,000 people a day, it seems, moving up into southeast Queensland? Are they just trying to make more roads instead of fixing the ones that they've already got?
Yep. And I know that, see, this is a weird fact that I know that the councils actually own, so if the highway goes through council areas, they've actually got to maintain, I think if it's a single lane, they've got to maintain it, and if it becomes a freeway, then it's state government controlled.
Right. Gotcha.
So that would explain why all the single ones are shitty, because the councils are just like, no, we don't have the money to fix it.
You know a lot of facts. Useless. I'm not going to say useless, random. Let's say random facts.
Welcome to being autistic. So Ash hates it because if Ash is in the passenger seat and I'm driving, a thought will jump into my head and I'll tell her, quick, Google it. I want to know the answer. And it's because of, people are going to see behind me, people swimming. Oh. Nice looking fellas as well for the Sheilas that are watching. But yeah, so I sit there and I just want to know things, and then some of it sticks, some of it doesn't, and I end up the way that I am. Yeah, that's our last topic to talk about, isn't it?
That's it. We're done.
That's it. It's a wrap. So
it's a wrap.
Next time, I don't know yet where I'll be seeing you from, but it'll be somewhere amazing while you're down there in Brizzy.
Yes. While
hopefully we don't
working away and you're off there living the life. Loving it,
man. But what I want to say to anybody out there that's watching this that it sort of sits there and goes, "Oh, I should travel. Just do it. Honestly, get off the couch. Stop making excuses. Just go. Australia is beautiful, and when you hit places like this, the smile that comes on your face is unbeatable. It is. I don't know, you just feel so happy and so at peace and so calm. It's quiet, there's no cars. Oh, and yeah, I've just got to say, anybody that's out there watching, just hit the road and make the most of your life, because my car accident should let people know you have no idea what's around the corner. And before that accident, I was a completely different person. All my money got saved away for the future to try and become a millionaire. My idea was I wanted to be a millionaire by the time I was 30. By using investment properties. And then the car accident happened. I went, no, you just got to live your life.
There's a lot to be said for that, mate. Yeah, we're only here for a short time, aren't we?
Yep. So make the most of it. But that's probably a wrap. What do they got to do? They got to like, comment, subscribe on this page.
Yes.
And then go over to both our other pages and like, comment, and subscribe there.
And everybody's happy. Everybody's got a good... And Wednesday. Who doesn't love a Wednesday?
Oh, everybody loves a Wednesday. It's a ripper time. We talk about some cool stuff and just have a yarn.
Yeah, we do. Thanks very much for everybody for watching. Love the comments. Keep them coming.
Yep. And I'll be commenting this week, so look forward to my replies.
Love it. I'll see you next week.
See you next week. See ya.
Mate. See ya. Bye.